Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Meridy and I am here with layout number 6 using our Powerhouse kits. And today I want to scrapbook some pictures that we have from Disneyland from the Web Slingers ride. And this is supposed to be like inside of Stark Industries. The line and the queue for that ride takes you through this. Of course, Disney always has everything, all the details, you know, it pays attention to detail. When I originally printed this picture, I thought I was going to leave it like a collage and just take up most of a page. You know, this is the size of a 12 by 12 page. So I thought I would leave it like a collage and all the pictures there and just embellish down the side, really simple. But I think I'm going to cut these apart, and I am only going to make a single page layout today using this kit because there are so many details in the pictures, and there's so much detail in the paper that I think I'm just gonna pick a few of these pictures and make a single page layout. And then I'll make another single page layout, you know, maybe my next video for this kit might be the coordinating second side. So I'm actually gonna leave these with the white border since they had the border around them when I made them like a collage, and that way I don't even have to mat these pictures. So first I think I'm going to pick what paper I want to use, and then I will pick which pictures I want to use today. So I've got a bunch of the 6x8 paper pad, of course, that I can use for photo mats and stuff, and I have a few embellishments that I thought looked cool with these pictures. But again, since I'm changing this and I'm gonna make probably 2 12 by 12 layouts, I might not want to use all of these on one layout, plus that's kind of a lot. So we'll just have to play it by ear which embellishments I use. Of course, I have some leftovers from the other pages that I've made. I've got a bunch of scraps. I've got this cool little piece, which is a workbench. So I'm thinking I might use this on the second coordinating side with it, possibly. And then I've got a lot of cut aparts that I haven't cut apart yet. So I guess the first thing I need to do is kind of plan what's going on here. I'm gonna start by cutting off the branding strip of this piece. And I could throw that away because it has nothing. The Minte branding strips don't have anything on the other side. So if I kind of am gonna plan 2 pages at once, but I'm only gonna work on 1 in this video. So this is the like workshop area, and this picture kind of looks like the workshop. This picture kind of coordinates good with these papers. This is pictures of people. That's how I'm gonna kind of divide it out. And this is pictures of people. Okay, so I think I will stick to keeping these 3 for sure on this page when I do this, maybe tomorrow or something. So we'll put this off to the side. I think I can get another picture or 2 in here too. I could put the lockers in there. That'll look good. And then, so for today, I don't even know if I can fit all 4 of these pictures on here. So I do think that I want to work with these pictures today, and then I'm going to work with the other 4 pictures on another layout another day. And I know this paper is really busy, so I'm going to start by fussy cutting this little bottom section, because this ride is looking like, you know, we're going into Stark Industries, which is a workplace with, you know, they've got all kinds of goodies and things like that. So I'm going to start by fussy cutting this section, and I'm actually going to fussy cut these little tools right here. I'm not going to cut out the electrical box yet. And the back of this paper is really awesome too. So I'm just going to cut out these 2 little bits, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I got those 2 little sections cut, and I probably will leave them, you know, since they are aligned with the bottom and the side of the page, you know, I'll probably leave them on the bottom and the side, but not necessarily like in the same places that they were on the paper. And then I think I'm going to decide how I want to maneuver my pictures in here. And this layout is probably going to come together pretty quickly. I do want to mat my photos. Let's see. I really like this diamond plate texture, but I also have quite a few other papers that I can use to mat photos on. Yeah, I've got all kinds here. So I think I might just double mat each photo kind of with just a slightly larger mat, and I'm gonna kind of twist them to make them a little crooked. I'll show you what I mean. I'll just mat one on camera and then the rest I will go off camera to mat. So I'm just cutting this mat slightly larger than the photo. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut a second mat in a darker color paper so it shows up. And maybe I'll do a lighter color. Hold on, how does this look? Yeah, you can almost, it really blends. These papers really blend together because they just coordinate so well with each other. That's okay though. I'll do this one in this darker paper. And then and my photos are just odd sizes, guys, because I cut them from that collage. So you can pretty much use whatever photos you want for this. Yeah, and you've got so many pieces of paper that the photo mat sizes don't matter, really. So just do whatever sizes you want. And then, so I've got it double matted just like that, and I'm gonna do that for all four of those photos. So, and as you can tell, like they're kind of crooked on there. It's kind of hard to tell probably in the video, but they are crooked. So I'm gonna go mat the rest of these and I will be right back. Okay, I have decided to kind of make the double mats pop from one another because it's really hard to see them. That I'm going to ink the first mat with some Distress Oxide black soot ink in hopes that that will just give it a little bit of a dark outline and it will stand out from the second mat. Let's see how this works. Because these papers have just so much implied texture and color on them that it's just blending right into the next mat. That kind of helps a little. I think I'm gonna mat all the mats, even the bottom one. So I'm gonna go ahead off camera and finish inking. Did I say mat all the mats? I meant ink all the mats. I'm gonna go ahead and finish inking the edges of all of the mats that I already cut, and I will be right back. So I've inked all the edges, and I think I'm going to come back and use this stencil that came in the Essentials Kit and do a tiny little bit of stencil work on the back. And I need to try to bring in some color, I feel like, because there is some color in these photos, but there's not, well, there is kind of some oranges and yellows in this, but I think I want to bring in a little bit of the maroon color, possibly. I don't know. I need to test sample this on the side and see what color I want to use with my stencil for just a little bit of stencil work in the background. So let me go pull a couple of colors of ink so we can experiment with that. Okay, I came up with two colors that I want to try to mix, and it is Crackling Campfire and Aged Mahogany. And I'm just going to see how these look on a piece of scratch paper to see if I think that I can make it work on my layout. So I'm just going to grab the little blending brush and put a little Aged Mahogany, mix it with some Crackling Campfire, and see what kind of a color this gives me. Oh yeah, I think that will be really good on the back of here and bring in a little bit of color. So I'm gonna try to go ahead and do that. And the places that I'm going to put the stencil work, let me show you. So if I've got this here, some of these pictures, we're running out of space because these mats are pretty big that I made, but that's okay. Approximately like that. So I'm just going to put a little right here through the middle and a little at the top. I realize that most of it is probably going to get covered up. So I'm just going to start, and I'm just going to lightly at first put some, and then I can add the other color. I'm using the same brush because I'm barely tapping it on my ink pads, so I'm not too worried about contaminating the ink pads with different colors. And let's just see how this works. Yep, that looks pretty good out there. I think I'm going to put just a little bit more. I might have done this a little too dark, but that's okay. No, it's fine. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a little more in the center here, and then a little more at the top, and I will go off camera to continue doing that because you've already seen what I'm doing. I've got my stencil work done. I think it's probably going to be enough just like that. Good. And I can come back in and place everything down. And what I'm going to start doing is getting these pictures and adhered on their mats so I don't have to keep lifting up multiple pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere all these down, and I will be right back after I do that. I'm going to kind of give them a little tilt when I put them on their mats so they're not perfectly square and straight. Alrighty, everything is on its mats, and I think I can kind of start adhering things down where it goes, where they go. So I will start right in here with this bottom piece. Get that down, and then I'll start just tucking everything under. I don't know what part of which picture I should cover up. Oh, those might look like that. So it's not covering up so much of the photos. And it's still looking pretty even and balanced around the page. I can kind of use this to cover up people in the background there too. I don't want to raise it too high though, because then it's starting to make the page look unbalanced. So I'll probably leave it right about there. Okay, so I've got the base of this ready to go. And now I think I can put some little embellishment clusters. There's not a lot of room though, guys. This page is photo heavy. So the more I add, the more kind of cluttery it's looking to me. I don't want to add too much more. I do want to add those up there, so there's kind of like 3 embellishment clusters. I'm going to put these back in a little bag to use on the other side that we are going to work on another day. Let's see, what else can I utilize here? I've got some cut aparts. I feel like I don't need any more of these paper scraps. We have enough paper going on there. I feel like I can use some of these cut aparts, and maybe I've got a few in here that we previously used. I don't need the Mickey head, I don't think, right now. I don't think I want any cogs on this one. It's just already super busy. This generator is kind of too big for me to add. I probably could add maybe the little hard hat and these bolts. Yeah, and then I think I've got some more over here, cut aparts. Maybe the measuring tape. I'm trying to pick things that have color, and this yellow little thing. Okay, I'm gonna cut out some of the more colorful pieces, maybe the pliers. I'm gonna go ahead and fussy cut those out. So I've got a few little pieces cut, the more colorful pieces, and I'm just gonna see if I can even use them. I don't even know. Got these bolts and pliers. That kind of gives a nice little frame to that corner. And this kind of adds a nice little framework down here to this corner. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere these things, and I'm going to pop whatever is on top up with foam tape to give it some dimension. And I'm just going to start with the very back layer. Now I feel like I need somewhere on this to write what this is. So I feel like I need to write Stark Industries somewhere on this, but I also feel like there is no room for that because I have so much going on. So maybe I will make sure that I put Stark Industries on that adjoining page, the one that I'll make on camera tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but in a couple of days, the next process video. I think I'll put the title on that because this will sit right next to that in my album, and I feel like it's okay if this side doesn't have a title, if that side does. So I just need to make sure that I add the title of Stark Industries to the other page, the coordinating page that I'm going to be making to this. And I'm going to go off camera to finish adhering these two little clusters down, this one and this one up here. So I will be right back. Okay, what I ended up doing is scooching this picture over a little because it just looked too squished when it was over there. So I scooted it over a little and added one more fussy cut what is this called? Like a gauge reader tool thing in there. Trying to get it in the right place so it looks like it belongs. Yeah, that looks better. I think I feel like I need a gauge up here now too, because there's a lot of gauges down here. So maybe I will switch this. I do have more I can fussy cut, but I don't want to just keep adding more and more and more to this page. It's already got a lot on it. Yeah, I think this is better. So I'm gonna move these bolts down here, and I'll stick this gauge up there. Maybe I'll pop it up on foam tape up there, and then get these two adhered down next. And that keeps this layout just a little bit more balanced looking to me. It was getting really heavy on this side when this picture was scooched over more, and it was too much. So now it's looking better. And then I think for the last little bit of detail that I'm going to add to this page, I think it might look really sharp matted on black paper, but it's kind of too late for me to do that because I would have to trim off a little bit of all the sides, and I've already kind of got close to the sides over here, so I'm not going to mat it. Instead, I'm just gonna take my pen and outline it a couple times to kind of finish off the edges. And then I'm gonna take a look at this overall and see how it's looking. I guess I could put, if I wanted, I could put a little title up here that says Stark Industries, but I just know that I'm gonna make a page that's gonna sit next to it in the album, so I don't feel like I need to do that. But of course, I think I want a couple black splatters, just a little bit around my cluster. So I'm gonna use a piece of scratch paper to put underneath there and some scratch paper to cover up my photos that I don't want to be splattered, and just put a little of the black soot, if it ever wants to go on the page, a little of the black soot splatters. Just a few right there. And a few over here. And then a few down here at the bottom. Okay, that should do it. Get this closed up. I'm always afraid of that spilling all over my layout. Okay guys, I think this layout is done. It came together really quickly because the pattern paper did like all the work on this one. And thank you so much for watching. If you are inspired by this, or to use your kit, you know, like this, or any of your embellishments or supplies from your stash, if you were inspired to make a layout, we would love to see it on our Not Just for Boys Kit Club community Facebook page. And I will be back in a couple days with the other side, the coordinating side that's going to go in my album to this page. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.